In today's video, we're going to be talking about when is the right time to get a coach. This question, I find myself really stuck between a rock and a hard place sharing this particular answer, because this is what I believe. So I will pack it out in scenarios so that you can actually find which scenario are you in. Is it really true to where you are? And would it be important for you to get a property coach? So my name is Genevieve Stafford Jack, and welcome to my channel. You know, when I hear the question, so Jen, tell me when is the right time to get a coach? My experience with the property investing journey, I found that after getting the training, I got a coach. And it was not so like it was logical at that time for me, because I really didn't understand that I was actually fulfilling and going through an actual business model. You see, I attended a free seminar. At the free seminar, I did not know that at the end of that seminar, they will sell me property training. And so when I heard certain things that I was quite interested in, my husband and I looked at each other and we knew we needed to go through this property training. So we had gone through, signed up for the property training, albeit that I was also very reluctant to be in that room, but I heard what I needed to hear and therefore was convinced this is the way. So we attended a 3-day training, and here and there they spoke about a coach, they spoke about a mentor. They dropped it quite often through the next 3 days, but for me, my focal point was really just listening and absorbing these different strategies and my eyes opening to the world of property investing. So by the end of those 3 days, I was convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that the next logical step was going to get a property coach. And that is exactly what we did. Why? Because at the end of those 3 days, we were then sold into the program of, you can get a property coach if you invest X, Y, and Z. So that was my way of going into the process. However, in hindsight, the things that I'd learned is that if some of these things were not available straight away, I would not have known what my next logical step was. And this just made sense every time I hear somebody coming through on Messenger or on my property investing Facebook group, or even here on YouTube, or anyone emailing me asking me, so how much is your coaching fee? And my first question is, before you're looking for a coach, what have you done in property investing? Because I then realized, you know what? If we don't have fundamentals in place, you may be throwing your money away straight away looking for a coach. I've had interactions with people saying, I've gone through a lot of free content, I've read books, and now I'm ready for a coach. And still I ask them, it's good and well to have all of these things that you've spoken about, whether you are on YouTube or you've listened to podcasts and things like that. But my question always goes back to, what is your fundamentals? And your fundamentals is really just understanding the bigger picture of property investing. And so I do believe that before you actually get a coach, that you should have some measure of fundamentals about you. Have you attended perhaps a property training course and you were then unable to continue with property coaching? That also is then a logical way of, okay, so you've got some fundamentals in place and therefore you are looking for a coach. And still, I'm not easily just caving in to say, yeah, I'll be your coach. Because then I also want to understand, what is your strategy? Where are you going to with all of that? And in my world, coming from where I've come from, that journey, but also watching how people pursue coaching, property coaching that is, I then get worried before I say, yes, I will help you. I want to first understand you and understand your strategy and where you're going. So I do believe that if you are in a boat where you've got significant fundamentals and you've gone through property training, first have a conversation with your would-be property coach before you jump in investing, because you want to understand that you and this person connect in some shape, form, or manner. And for me personally as a coach, I believe that ethically I should have a call with you just to understand you before I receive any funds from you for you to go on this journey. Because you see, there's other times in my experience, I've just experienced people saying, I've heard for me to go forward, I need a property coach. So this is why I'm calling you. And then when I ask about fundamentals, they say, well, during coaching, you will teach me that. And I say, yes and no. You see, I first send people through to my free training on my website so that they've got this 3 hours of training and then some, not only hearing from me, but hearing from many of the peers that similarly ask the same questions, hearing from an attorney their perspective of going through this particular journey of what are you wanting to do, whether you want to buy a property in your name, in your company name, in your trust and things like that. I really want somebody to understand the nuts and bolts, and this is why there's the free training like I shared. That you'll find there's a link down in the description below, and you can go through to that free training. So I rather equip somebody as far as possible before I say yes to coaching. Because you see, coaching is a very big commitment. For the next 3 months, at least, me and you are going to be in each other's space multiple times. And through us engaging and really just shaping your journey, going through the coaching program that I offer, I'm wanting to know that you are committed. You see, one of the days what I've done, and that student wasn't happy with me and went on to badmouth me. There's a student that said, no, I don't want to do group coaching. I want to do this on my own. I want to make things happen. I'm an action taker and I'm going to get ahead with stuff. Now, I know there are people that fit that criteria, but there's much fewer people than what you actually believe fit that criteria. And this particular student was not one of them. And they pushed and pushed and pushed. And against my wishes of me saying to them, start with group coaching. You could always upgrade later, but I want you to invest in you and not the glamorous idea that your coach is going to just simply make magic for you, because your coach will bring 100%. And you too, you need to bring 100% of who you are so that we can make this journey happen. So nonetheless, this student said, no, I'm paying you the full amount and we're going to be there. And I found in the first month, when I was teaching the person the advanced strategies in the way I do, they were like, no, let's get to the meat and balls. And I'm like, no, I want to empower you. I don't want to spoon feed you. Because if I spoon feed you everything, you're going to be dependent on me. And I do not create dependencies where I can create independence. And they didn't quite seem to like that, because after a while they thought I was shunning responsibility. And then I pushed back and I said, wait, what did you expect from coaching? Because when we had the coaching call, you and I were very clear. I pushed back on a lot of things, but you were very insistent, and so I indulged you. So now I want to understand from you, what do you expect from a coach? I cannot go and find a deal for you. I cannot run the numbers for you all the time. That's why I've got advanced training together with my coaching program, so that you can learn to equip yourself. And I really just coach you through all of this advanced training. And each step of the way, it literally is a blueprint on how you move forward. So that when you come out of the coaching program after 3 months, you are equipped. And the conversations that we are having, we're literally mitigating whatever comes up at that given point. So what do you want from me? And the end of that story is that I just said to the person, I love your energy. I just don't think me and you are meant for each other. And even though we've had sessions over the last 6 weeks, I'm like, I will give you a full refund. Because at the end of the day, I knew where this was going to when we had the initial call. I just didn't think it would get this bad, because you've now taught me to even refund the money, even though you bulldozed through into my space. And so with that, I want to ask you, I shared that story to ask you, when you are wanting to get coaching, what have you done? You see, over time, I decided I'm going to develop a fundamentals course, and that's what I did on a one-on-one. I developed a coaching program where there was advanced training and coaching, so that from me, I become a one-stop shop for somebody that is really wanting to get their fundamentals in order. And I'll be talking a lot more about that in this month of September, because in this month of September, I really want to be calling a lot of the coaches and the consultants that want to create a cause, but they're not too sure which way to go. But nonetheless, going back to the topic today, and when do I get myself a coach? I want to say to you, when you are looking for a coach, first find out what all does the coach come with, so that you can learn your advanced fundamentals or advanced training, and the coach guides you through in terms of coaching and sharing with you and helping you achieve your goal, because that's what coaching is all about. We are your accountability partner, not a partner that you'll come for every time and say, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? Your coach should have the ability to say to you, it's not about what I think you should do, what I think you shouldn't do. It's about the two of us working together, taking your strategy into account to then work out, will this fit where you are going to? But ultimately, you having the power to choose how you're moving forward. And that's when I believe, if your coach is not a one-stop shop, much as I am, where you'll get a fundamental course, you'll get a strategy call with it, and then there's a coaching program, you'll get advanced coaching as well as coaching from me, so that I know as a whole, as an all-rounder, you are in it to win it. If somebody is a coach, just by I will give you direction, make sure your fundamentals are in place. But if you say, I don't really have the fundamentals, then look for a coach, much as I am, that has the fundamentals, the advanced training and coaching as a one-stop shop, so that you have the information, you have the education, and by the time you're already done with it, even way before you're done with it, you are acting within this new discipline, which is property investing, and you are acting within there and making things happen for yourself because you are equipped the way you are. So I trust that this particular video, and as much as it's also a bit of a rant, is just to say to you, you know what? You've got the power to decide when you're ready. You've got the power to decide how you are going forward. But make sure the person you are going forward with, you connect with them. Make sure the person that you are going forward with, you've seen their passion, you've seen their drive, and that they can give you the things that you are looking for. If you've gone through fundamentals and all of those things, be clear with the person. But if you're expecting your coach to find you the deals, run the numbers for you, then you are not looking for a coach. You're actually looking for a business partner that will do the legwork that you may not be wanting to do. And there's a lot of danger in that. Because if I make you dependent on me, this is not a coaching program, but it may be a debilitating program, because then you don't have the power in your hands. So I trust that this video has been in order and it answers your question, when do I get a coach? Take care, be safe. Until the next episode.